Hello and welcome back to DCO. Last week we left off with a a fully working Vault instance in a Kubernetes cluster, and no way to communicate to it from outside the cluster. I'm joined again this week by Wally and James. So say hello, and we're going to pick up where we left off as the plan for today.
Hello. Sorry, I was listening to the stream audio to see, make sure we could hear you. So I forgot that you actually spoke to me live.
That's fine. Well, I'm glad you can hear us. Or did you? Is that why you were so long to respond that you heard the latency and got back?
No, I can hear. There's some fuzz in the background, but that's not something that I think we should need to worry about because that's the route to madness. Maybe give it a listen back after just to make sure that it's all see what the audio is like. It's always weird what Discord picks up compared to what the streaming stuff does.
Yeah, that's true. I can't hear the stream. So anyway, for those of you who weren't with us last week, we have installed Vault via Helm. So you can see here, I just reinstalled it today because we wiped it down at the end of last week with the whole sort of ephemeral DevOps stuff. It doesn't really matter if things get created and destroyed. And we're going to start again. We were messing around a little bit with the Helm charts, but I feel like we weren't necessarily doing the right things. So we have a couple of ideas on ways to do this. One is putting an Nginx ingress in front of this, entirely separate from the Hashicorp Helm deployment. And the other one is looking at using a node port to forward traffic that way. Yeah. So we'll mess around a little bit with both of those, but we can just see user running. I'll see if I don't think
Um,
Vault service is up and
you
running yet.
you need to unseal it first.
Yeah, so we'll go into that and have a little unseal. Hopefully the persistent volume claim has forgotten all of the information from last time, but let's go and find out.
Where you almost you'd add like a random variable to it just so it creates a new persistent storage every time.
Or I could just do this with a dev cluster, would probably be the more sensible way to do it.
True. Who needs internal storage?
I always forget which one's deprecated and which one's not. Although I feel like this has been deprecated for a very long time now.
James, as he's doing that, I just want to let you know that I have downloaded the zero tier.
Yep. You need to join the network that I've put in general,
Oh, okay,
which
thanks.
is the underneath the URL. We're trying out a proxy to see if we proxy VPN to see if we can remotely mess with each other's stuff. I mean, help debug.
My computer's going to shut down halfway through this while it wants a kill command. Can't remove resource busy.
If Vault is still running, it'll bind to the thing.
I'm inside the container though, and if I stop the container, stop the Vault process, it will kill the container.
That's true. Can you find where it binds locally to your PC?
Oh, potentially. How if I pipe in the right place? No PV.
You don't really know how the things work.
I wonder if I can just delete it. Oh yeah, I should probably, if I give it a name, that would help. Although I think that might just unbind it more than anything else.
If you run that command again, will it say if it's? I suppose it'll just say it's nothing. Nothing's there.
It should recreate it. Age
I mean,
6
can
days, 24 hours. Status terminating. So hopefully that'll get rid of it. We might just have to wait a bit. While we wait, I'll probably start setting up the. We'll look at setting up the Nginx stuff. So this is our Vault service, and this is the one we want to bind. So this is the very basic Nginx YAML that I've just stolen from the Kubernetes website.
So I would suggest rather than editing the file, you could just edit it live so we can see first before you create the file. So if you were to go in there and just do kubectl edit the service vault, yeah,
So
I think
this is
the one we want
setting
to.
ingress. This one. You want to do the node port because we have services, but I don't think we have any ingresses. No.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. So that means there won't be anything to edit.
Yeah, if we're because I think what you were suggesting is it node port that binds to a service. So we'd edit this Vault service and bind that to a node port, but this is an ingress, and we don't need a. Should we set up a path? Let's leave that as that. We want to, because I'm so used to having the port on the default port, so that's this path type prefix service name.
definitely weird when Vault is not default port.
I think it being on 80 would be, although it's not HTTPS, this one.
Well, it would be 443 for the HTTPS.
This is still terminating. I wonder if it needs to kill the pod. The one thing I always do feel with Kubernetes is that you just destroy stuff as you go and hope for the best, and normally it fixes it.
Maybe we don't just leave random junk lying around.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's not a persistent claim. Okay, that one actually did successfully. I wonder if it's starting a new one. That's still terminating. I wonder what the logs are from the new pod will be. It looks like it's spinning up. Serial configuration missing, not initialized, which is so that persistent claim's gone in some form or other.
That's good.
See if we can unseal it or if it will get really upset when the persistent volume claim is not particularly happy. Just missing all the letters today. Oh, it hasn't completely crept out, which is nice.
This is with the Nginx in front of it.
We haven't dumped anything in front of it yet, so we will see. We need to deploy that. Probably shouldn't do that.
I think next time it will make sense to just do one key only, so we can save time since this is a demo.
Yeah,
I have to find the settings change that though.
you can just do
Say
it in
that
the
again?
init command.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not. It doesn't auto in it. It's
No. Because then we can just do one key and we're done.
Where is my root D? Yeah. Let's I'm going to do what you probably shouldn't do, especially if you're doing this in production or anything semi-serious. But
Um, I mean, we're already sharing it live, so
the good old secret
why not
zero
just save
problem.
it?
How do you protect the bits that keep everything else protected? So then we don't have to worry about
always the fun game.
Don't worry, we'll do a session on how to encrypt those outputs using PGP. No, oh, GP. Whoa. Yeah,
PGP.
PGP. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, PGP.
it's the
Yeah.
standard one to do it.
I always get that wrong.
Yeah. Same. Um.
Right. Let's go back. This names service name port type. Let's give that a go. See if that works and gets created. What does the folder structure? YAMLs. What did I call it? Index. Double dash. You remember the flag for namespace in Kubernetes, or I just spelled that wrong? I have just spelled it wrong.
-n, -n, and then you give it the name, just -n, and then no equal to. That's it.
I think you just set the environment variable last time.
I think I did. I just wanted to make sure that I think the environment variable is still set. Port number, I guess it's bound there. So I wonder if this will work. No, it doesn't look like it's bound correctly. Ingress class nginx example host address port. I think that should bind. backend review. Stack asset. So what do we have? Path. We have a backend as a service. Our service is Vault. Is that? I'm pretty sure that's the service we want. Name Vault. We want this. Let's see if there's anything more in the description that is missing from our YAML. Post path backends Vault 80. 1.10, 10.1.0.4. So 10. It's a different cluster IP, 10.103. Any ideas?
Well, it's not loading correctly.
It's not.
Yeah, I can only help with the notepad part. I don't know much about Nginx.
Essentially, it's just it's a routing bit that you can use as a load balancer or a proxy. In this case, trying to use an ingress that's set in front.
Have you set up the Nginx config stuff?
I don't think you have to with this. It's the way it's set up as a backend, but maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Prefix or path. No,
I don't know if you just go to it. Is it giving you like? I suppose is it saying that it's got an external port? That's the thing that Nginx always has it is the city like it's Nginx.
Yeah, it's just 80. Can't connect to server. That's what we're getting today.
Yeah.
Do you want to try the node port thing while if you know how to do that, and we can circle back to this maybe at the end if we have time?
Sure. Yeah, so just do k8s svc and then vault. Yep, that's it. And slash, so we're gonna look for type. Yep. Yep, change the where it says cluster IP to CamelK's node port.
Sorry, I'm not even listening to you. Node port.
That's it. That's all we need. Oh, just do get svc get the command, yeah, ksvc, so we can see. Okay, so it's changed to node port. So now you can see the port now. So it's 32271. That's
Yeah,
that's the new.
That's what it's bound on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
271. Oh, nice. It's a lot simpler than what I was trying to do.
But then can we? Can you get that to auto happen?
To auto happen.
Like you messed with the service, so surely we can. It's just the part of the Helm chart will be.
Let's have a look. What did we edit? What was the bit we searched for, Wally, to edit?
Type. We went into the actual vault. Oh, you're looking for type, and then it was plus IP that it's actually.
So what's that? Value schema. Don't think that's what we need. Type. Let's probably just set it for cluster IP.
I'm a paste. I mean, if your search doesn't matter.
I don't think my search cares. Values. What's this? Cluster IP. So that's an instance selector. Service type cluster IP. That's UI. So that's the only one they have in the main values.yaml, which is what we're normally overriding. Cluster IP. So this is a spec. So that's high availability standby. Server service. Kind service full name. I wonder if this is what we want, or this would be the file that it's referencing.
Serve service. Yes.
Vault server service.type.
Are we defining service type?
Let's go and have a look in the values.yaml and see if that.
Service type cluster IP. Wait, no, it's service type, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I
but
just
it's
checked.
now YAML.
The part that we actually edited in the file is on the selector, and then
So
yeah, it's on the selector.
service. I can't remember the whole string now.
Service type, wasn't it?
Sorry, server.service.
Oh, service.
Type server.service.type. Let's just edit this so it doesn't close. Values service and then
The type, I think.
service.type. So is this under? What is the top level? Is this just all? Are these all global? Check to server.
Yeah, the server.
And then is there a type in here? Ingress. It's not looking for root auth. External calls. Liveness probe. These are always fun to mess with. I guess that would be in a way to stop the persistent volume claim causing issues. Just
Oh, well, it's already false.
mess with the liveness claims. What the liveness probe enabled false? Oh, there must be. Kubernetes has some liveness probe.
Readiness is set to true.
I wonder if it's because in the command which it's starting the Vault server, so when that command completes in sort of brackets.
Yeah. It's probably more of a container image problem than a. Oh, there's service.
Server.service.type. So
They're now inside service, so we just need type.
keyboard active standby published port target annotations. Interesting.
There's no type in there.
I wonder if we set up a little YAML. So we want server.service.
You could just copy that whole file that we edited instead.
Does that work for Helm? Are they just directly one-to-one?
I think so. Can mess around with it. Service type. And what was it? Node port? Okay, let's uninstall. Useful uninstalled, and then do I have the Helm thing? No, let's just go and steal it back, and then we'll extend it out. So now, right, no, this one. I think if we get rid of version and we do -f YAMLs, and was it vault? That looks like it's deployed.
Nice. Now, has it given us what it had before?
Looks like it. Don't need to go to the API bit, and then if we swap this for our new port,
Yay!
So if we now we can mess with it. This, that. Right, is it initialized
Wait.
true?
You want to know something fun?
Well, can you ping it?
Yeah, I can access your vault cluster.
Unfortunately, only I have the keys, unless you want to try and manually copy them.
I'll manually paste from the screen. That sounds perfect.
You can spell it out to him.
This
Fine. I just need the root, and then I can do what I want.
is the wrong Helm thingy.
Wait, let me try as well. Let's see. Ping.
You won't
Jeez.
ping won't hit the port correctly because ports are. You'll be able to ping me, but you can't ping a port. It just pings a device.
Ping is its own protocol that does its own random stuff.
Yeah, as I found out, you want to use something like netcat if you're trying to do that. Although I have no idea if that's installed on Mac or if it's still stored on Windows.
Let's find out.
It's just NC on Linux.
Nope. Not installed.
Installed on WSL.
Are you running?
What, Netcat? No.
No, I was
I
just
just-
wondering if Wally was running Windows or Mac. What was his operating system?
Oh,
So
I'm on Mac. I'm on Mac.
Can you brew install NCAT?
I'm about to. There is just copying, just pasting that in now. Brew install netcat. But let me see on my VM.
This is where you
It's
just
net-
take down
So
the stream from messing with your server.
Actually, netcat actually is installed on my Linux server, so I could just use it from there as well.
There you go.
Yeah, it's probably quicker to like get into access to Alpine.
I've installed it there, so It didn't take very long. I don't know. I guess it'll always depend how quickly your internet is, but I don't imagine the binary is very big for Netcat. No, it's 136 kilobytes.
Yeah, one of the original OG Linux packages that are crazily built.
When space really mattered.
Yeah.
Uh,
You set up your token.
no, I just realised that.
That's a fail right there.
Yeah.
Using login? Not just exporting the token?
No. If you do it through login, it saves it for you, and then if I mess with other auth methods, it's easier to kind of overwrite.
Well, I assume it also is not just like saving your bash history as well.
Yeah.
Well, you still did put it in bash history. I think if you do vault login
Yes,
and then enter it,
don't paste it, it won't be in the bash history.
It will request. It will ask you for it.
Oh no, not create. Can I give a token a root policy? Probably.
Yeah. You shouldn't, but
Right, root. I don't know. I wonder if you can. It'd be interesting if you can give it TTLs, because they would. A root token normally doesn't expire.
I don't know. I imagine you're doing things that they're like, no, what are you doing?
I think it's.
Why are you wrapping it?
Because I was going to see if I can send it to you and you can unwrap it. Is it wrap TTL?
Can I wrap it? Can I unwrap it?
You should be able to unwrap it, because it will. The default policy normally has unwrapping. So if I send this over to you,
No, but I can't log into a UI to unwrap it.
you can unwrap self. I guess we'll find out. Let me send this.
So this is a level that I've not dealt with.
I guess I'll put it in general, and whoever's fastest can gets the joys. Helps if I actually copy it.
I think I'll let James be faster in this case.
Installed. Do you want me to share my screen and you can share what I'm doing?
Yeah, we can have a go, see if you can get in.
It's maybe not going to be the neatest experience, but screen.
It works, guys.
That one should now be streaming.
Yeah.
Oops, that's a lot of volunteers.
Oh, I didn't need to split that.
First question, font size. That's not how I font size. If in doubt, what do you think? 36? That's big enough for you to see?
Yeah, that should be fine.
So what do you think is Volt?
Like, you can do Volt, like, unwrap.
Oh, Volt unwrap, yep. Export.
Can you do Vault status first? Oh, yeah.
Well, he's pointing to the wrong cluster, so it's not going to work.
Don't have Volt running. Cool.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, equals Barnaby's address. I put it as that one.
And then it's just HTTP, no S at the moment. Yeah. Good old Windows.
I don't have it. I should just use it. I have WSL. I just don't have Vault installed, and I'm just like, is it worth it? The Navigator status.
Okay, so this is different now.
It hasn't picked up the environment variable.
On Windows, you have to go into the settings and then add it.
Or
No, at this point it would be faster to just install Vault in your WSL, and that's us done.
What do you think I'm doing?
Oh, okay.
I am in AMD 64.
You're not just doing. Can you? Is there not
Woo.
like a standard
No.
package?
Apt is not the latest version.
I don't know what version of Vault we're running in any case. Let's go look.
1.13, I think.
And then I need to go unzip Vault, and then I think it's
Oh,
dash P.
1.113.1.
oh,
I can do
I
that.
just said the Terraform version.
And I have the same binary installed as well, which is good.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Can I remember the pseudo password?
This is why you put them all in Notepad.
I have to reinstall WSL.
Wow.
Shall I see if I can dig up the API command?
Yeah, maybe the faster way of doing
You
this.
can go back to your PowerShell. I think there's a dash address flag.
Oh yeah, probably.
Might also work. Vault status and then do dash address.
Now we have to learn how to vault Windows. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Wrapping token.
Wrapping
You
token.
need to provide it the token.
I'm surprised it's not like this is the format.
Eh. The UI in the CLI in some places. Oh,
Permission denied. It's just sometimes it cares like where the address is. I don't know if I do like that.
No,
Guys,
go with the right address.
So guys, it works for me. I'm able to log in, and I just did Vault status. It works fine.
We've got the status
Yeah, I
tab,
can
we're just trying
status
to
it.
unwrap. It's getting a permission denied. Token does not exist. Shall I? I'll go back and have a look at the token and see what's there. Token list.
Yeah, because I got permission denied. I wonder if that's then cleared the wiped the token.
Vault token lookup accesses.
By the way, James, I'm able to access the UI.
Yeah, I can as well.
Oh, because we could have just tried unwrap it through the UI instead.
I don't have a login to the UI.
Then he could create a user for us.
But that's why he's sending us a token.
I think you should be able to unwrap these without logging in. Because I don't think is it an authenticated path, or the token counts as an authenticated enough to look up. If I can look up all. Let's look up South. This one needs.
Oh, I think I can do Vault. Unwrap the data in the active token. Oh, wait, no, in the cubbyhole. Things engine for a token.
I think you should be able to unwrap. There's a way to do this because otherwise it's if I had to set you up a
The user is
login.
pointless.
Let's have a look. Token.
Can you?
Write the dates for the Cubby Hole
Oh.
Secrets engine. In the active token, vault login, vault unwrap. Do you want another token?
Yeah, might as well.
I wonder if you took too long actually. It was 5 minutes. I think. I guess we'll try again. Yeah. Just dump that in another screen before I send someone a load of Discord information.
Difficult problem of like sharing things around.
The token itself isn't that. As we can see it's almost too secure.
Yeah.
Let me try and find I'm going to try and find the command to get all tokens.
Yeah, it just says permission denied. Put URL. Permission denied. It just probably used up the wrapping token.
Oh, I wonder if I send you 2 tokens. I have an idea. This is a really dumb way to do this, and you shouldn't need to do this properly.
You're going to send me 1 token with enough permission to unwrap.
Default TTL.
That's almost what I think you've got to do.
5 minutes. So if I send, I need to make sure it's an orphan as well, because if I create one that's not an orphan, it will just send you a root token, which is what I'm trying to avoid doing in plain text, right? So there's a token with default policy.
So I can now go vault, login, that one.
And there's your new wrapping token. That popped you out of Discord entirely. No.
How that works. Why are you putting the address in the wrong place?
Yeah, with all the token stuff. So log in with that.
There we go. I have been able to log in with that token. And
Yeah.
then I can do unwrap with this other token. Wrapping token does not exist.
Oops. Maybe somebody got there before you.
Wale, have you stolen James's token?
Yep.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked fine.
Did you log in with the other one?
Yeah, yeah.
So in theory, I will need to purge this vault afterwards.
Oh, really?
What do you mean?
Oh, you could leave it on. Fine.
You know, I just want a load of root tokens floating around. Someday I'm going to learn how to use Discord a little bit better.
You can pop out the
Yeah, I popped that
video
out,
for
but
yourself.
I think it's taken away the other Discord. I don't know. It's the other one's just full screen, just another window. There we go. I have chat inside. Things like that. Okay.
This time,
Yeah.
unwrap. Yay! I suppose it's where you set up a OAuth provider, use that to log in, and then generate the tokens for your application.
I actually thought you wouldn't need to log in at all. I think I read that somewhere that you don't need to.
I don't think it's something that you need to do.
because it fits the purpose of the wrapping token.
Response wrapping. Where did it? Single line response wrapping is provide extra protection. Being pointed to the correct vault over token validation is performed by interacting with the server itself. The signed token does not renew the need to validate the token with the server. The token is not carrying data disseminating mechanism. Yep. Let's go and have a look at the path and see if it needs to be an authenticator request. So somewhere around that point is where response. This endpoint returns the original response inside the wrapping token. Once you cubbyhole response deprecated, validation checks JSON string. This endpoint can be used to make a client API call with token parameter different permission access. Endpoint call. Do not use the wrapping tokens in both locations. This will cause the wrapping token to be revoked, but the value to be unreachable to be looked up, and will it will basically be a WSO token. That's why. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so it's authenticating with the token, and then it can't read itself.
Yeah, because they're single uses. If I send you 2 wrapping tokens, do you think that? I guess that would probably work.
Yeah, can you send me? I just want to see if I can run the logging command, but pass in a wrapping token.
If that's an interesting one. Yeah, let's generate a new. Although in theory you can generate them as well.
That would require me to know this command. And we're streaming. Like, it's having information on the stream is an important thing to have.
Yeah. Right. Token number.
You know, one thing I'm also curious about is that you know the wrapping tokens that you've initially generated, and then we got access denied on. But now that we have login, if you were to create them again and we do the access denied again, and then we try to use it again, will it work? Or is it as soon as you attempt it?
Those wrapping tokens that I've created that wrap to root token, but we've tried to call them to Vault. Yeah, that didn't. That's not surprising. We managed
The login didn't work.
Yeah, because I don't think it has any login credentials, that token. But the wrap tokens that we failed to unwrap, and that one as well now, is the root token that's the wrap data is still valid, but there's no way to unwrap it because the token use has been used up. So it's just sat in cubbyhole. I don't know.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So basically, even though James earlier on attempted to use the wrapping token to log in or also to unwrap, and it failed, but because it failed, it will still be there technically.
Counted as a request, if that makes sense.
Oh, so then that means it's gone then.
Yeah, because it's made a call to Vault with that token, and the token has successfully called, but it hasn't, like, the token's been successfully used to authenticate a command to Vault. It just had permission denied, so that token's use has been used up. Like, Vault has gone through that use.
Yeah, Vault doesn't know that we failed to do it. If we try again, it won't be able to unwrap it. The content's still good, but we just can't access it anymore. TTL 0 seconds.
Yeah, this is the original root token, so it never expires.
Yeah.
And for some reason,
That makes sense.
I wonder if I can see. Oh, interesting. I can't see see them in here.
Yeah, the cubbyhole's really weird. Like even if you have wrapped secrets, I don't think they appear in the cubbyhole, even though the cubbyhole is an intrinsic part of how they work.
Let's see if I can find the tokens though, because I know there's an API command to vault list. Let's have a mess around. So vault read, is it a get request? List.
So the auth tokens, under the leases, so on the UI you can see them.
I have such a weird knowledge of what is UI, what is not, which is easy to see UI.
So it's auth token. So it's within the auth token. I don't know if there's a lease part of Vault.
A lease. There are leases somewhere.
Yeah, lease. It'd be Vault lease, and then auth token create.
There we go.
Or that.
I wonder if I could do a dash detail and get a little bit more information. No.
It would be before list. Sorry, it would be after list, before
Before,
the
yeah.
path.
Also, you wrote that wrong as well. I think the first one was fine the way you wrote it, but I mean where you put it. It's just the detail. That's what you wrote.
Maybe. Yeah, I did really miss that down. You curious to see if it's after Vault the CLI I find always very funny with where is a valid location for a flag. Yeah, there you go. So we have 5 tokens, 6, no more. I can't count. 7.
Interesting. The lease command, you can't actually list the leases. You can just look up a lease that already exists.
And I can just revoke these. So what? Oh, that's what you do. Vault token look up. And then if I grab one of these, although they'll pretty much all be the same, apart from the one root one and the one default one. So I don't get an ID here. Oh, is that? We get policies root.
Did you pick the default one? Oh no.
No, it's a root one TTL. It's got 20, 23 and a bit hours left.
They left.
Yeah, and 0 uses, which I think is to say unlimited uses.
Yeah.
And then no entity ID. But if I wanted to, I don't even know if this is one of your guys' tokens. So I guess we can find out.
Kick one about the system.
And then the fun thing about this is that I had a weird bug a little while back where it says it doesn't matter if that command, what happens in that command, it will say success if the token existed. But I had one where it wasn't actually deleting the root tokens, but it was still telling me success if the token ever existed. So that was fun.
Wow.
Did I get
So
one?
I'm logged in. I'm logged in with the second to the last one.
This one.
Yeah.
The brave thing to tell him.
Oh well. There's nothing you can. Oh. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Oh wow. I thought we were still on the other command where lookup. Oh well, I didn't realize we
Actively
were
dealing with
revoking.
revoking tokens. Oh, I'm this one.
Yeah, well, let me refresh my screen and. Oh yep, I'm logged out.
Yeah, you should have no way to get back in. You'll still be able to use the default token that I posted earlier. But what I should be doing really is once I've sent that default token across, I should be trying to find that here. Yeah, and delete
You only
that.
said it's like 15 minutes. It's probably already gone.
That's an interesting point. Yeah, it probably is. Has already gone. It'd be nice if we could look up multiple at the same time, but hey.
Yeah, I had an interesting conversation with someone today about how they were really complaining about like the Vault UI and like things that can you do with it.
Yeah, there's some
just how like
calls.
unuseful it is. The I've got the lease up. Is the lease useful?
Let me
No, I don't think the lease is actually. I can revoke the lease, but this lease doesn't tell me anything about the token.
The lease will be if it's. You could probably renew the lease and give it a TTL. So let me create another token.
It was just letting me delete it.
Vault token create. Let's not give this. Let's give this a 5-minute one. But I think this also needs to be awesome. Well, it doesn't really matter because the tokens I'm creating aren't, because they're children of the root token until I revoke that. We find out at the moment I don't have any. I can regen one from the keys, I guess. Vault. Login.
So keys are important.
Do this correctly this time. So and then we have these vault token renew dash TTL. Can I do this with these? I can just renew back to 5 minutes indefinitely. That's great.
Make it forever 5 minutes.
I think there is a way you can extend them. I wonder if there's a vault token you dash. Let's see if there's any help for this. Dash increment, of course, because
You'd run that every like second, incrementing by a second, or could go wrong.
I guess that is your short-lived secret. There you go. Another token.
I do wonder if you didn't increment every second, and like perfectly every second the command run, if the secret would ever run out just from like processing time.
It's when you get to daylight savings time and your server clock goes forwards or back an hour that you're buggered.
Yes. That's why you should you should never have server clocks that care about time savings.
No, God. I wonder if I
Or
increment down
have
by.
all of them the same.
Oh, interesting. I can decrease the increment on the renew. I guess that makes sense because it's a renewal of the lease. So it just gives you a new lease of that increment, providing it hasn't got the max TTL.
That's cool.
Oh, it's nice
We have hit time.
Yeah, as I say, it's nice we've got this all working. And to float back to the bit of code that actually fixed this, if people are interesting or made it easier to do, is this is the YAML value we've updated. So we're passing this to override the vars for Helm. So we're setting service type to node port. And
Crazy, that's all it needed.
Yeah. It's amazing when you know what, or you figure it out how little code it is.
That's the benefit of Kubernetes and Helm.
Yeah.
It's meant to be simple.
Yeah, so, and that's bound our ports here. The other port on this is for DR and sort of vault into cluster operations, so you don't need to worry about that one. It's just this one we care about. But anyway, with that, I think we'll call it. Wale, do you have any parting words before we dip off?
No. Other than have a good week, everyone.
I thought you were going to say like and subscribe and hit the bell or whatever it is.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell, follow.
I thought that would be you doing it. Since you're the one saying bye-bye.
I thought you might want to steal the thunder.
Not today. Not today. It's all you today.
In any case, thank you all for watching, and we will catch you all next week, and we'll see you then. All right, bye.
Ciao.
Bye.